Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Girl Talk. Today, I am honored to be in the presence of 3 guests, one of them being a co-host guest.
Hi, I'm Carla I'll be co-hosting today. And I'm not the only special guest, like she said. We also have Esteban, a fashion designer, who's going to be showing us some looks, and Maliki, who will be showing them for us.
We're excited to have you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, okay. So, tell us about you.
My name is Esteban Castro. I'm from Yonkers. My major is fashion designing, but I really would like to be a full-on fledged artist. So
Gotcha.
I really like dabbling into other things that does not just have to do with clothing.
Fun. Yeah, and you can actually see that a lot of his pieces. Okay, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but
they're very artistic.
Very artistic. I already saw them. Sorry.
Spoiler
but
alert.
Spoiler alert, I already saw them. But they are very pretty, and I think it's very cool. I think
Thank
the way
you.
you went about it. I think they're very
you.
cool to just like look at. Like it doesn't even have to be like clothing, like you said. Like you want to branch out, and I think if you put that on a canvas, put it in a museum somewhere, trust people will go to it because it's really cool stuff. But you mentioned you're from Yonkers, Westchester County.
Okay.
I'm from there too.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't know, cool, but do you think your environment, or like, I don't want to say Yonkers specifically because that may not have been the only place you lived, but just like, do you think like your environment and just all of that inspired some of your work, or just inspired you wanting to go into art or any of that sorts?
Yeah, actually, growing up in the city of Manhattan at first and then moving to Yonkers, I ended up learning a lot of inspiration like from art. I basically got the inspiration to dress from like uptown Manhattan.
Wow.
That's where, and then like Soho as well, like that's where you end up learning a lot, and ended up just taking like a couple of like my sauce, I would say, to Yonkers, and just ended up branching out a lot more after that.
Nice. That's cool. Well, I'd love to start
Yeah.
seeing the pieces.
Let's get right
That's
into
okay.
it. If we can go ahead and take a look at the first
so
look.
This is going to be Maliki showing us the first piece of Esteban's
Little mini collection.
little mini collection. Wow.
Right.
Okay, so
Wait, I love this.
I want to say my first reaction to that bag. I told Esteban this. It was, I don't know if anybody has ever seen the movie Halloween Town. The grandma that has her little monster bag that eats everything. I saw that and I was like, that is so good. One, also a leather bag. Can never go anywhere without one. But
So tell us a little bit about that look. What inspired you to create it?
With the bag, if you really looked at it, it was like, it had abstract in it. It had, if you would really count, I tried to involve 4 to 5 faces in there overall. With the jacket though, that's more of a like Picasso inspiration. So it kind of have like a little abstract sense as well, but in sense of surrealism, because those are a character that I'm making, so I'm creating characters as well. So.
Cool. Oh.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So
that's a very creative mind you got up there. Yeah. Don't take that for granted.
Alongside creating like characters and amazing art, your brand is called Lostboy. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, what inspired you to call it that?
Lostboy basically is a sense of emotion where at the moment, the space and time that I was at, I didn't know what I wanted to do or what I was meant to be in life. So I'm pretty sure that majority of the people that are in that space can relate to and know how it feels to go through it when you're not receiving any emotional help or physical help from outsiders. And it's very difficult to be able to express it. So the form that I basically created is to express it through art.
And we love that, and we would love to see
we'd love to see the second piece.
Yeah.
Because
even more art.
yes. Wow.
That's so cute.
That whole back.
So is everything hand painted?
Yeah,
with all your work?
everything is 100% hand painted. The form is called stippling, so everything is made out of dots. I try giving it a sense of real life touch, so it's like a walking canvas basically. And yeah,
Powerful.
thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. That one, when I saw it, it was giving a Demogorgon
Okay.
from Stranger
But
Things. But it was very colorful. At first, I thought it was a sunflower.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It's actually it's called New Life Saint Me. So it's basically a representation of a sunflower, and it's basically just a surrealist version of it.
I
so.
like that New Life
Saint Me.
Same
And
me.
that piece was huge. Like it covered the entire back.
Yeah.
Around how long do you think it takes you to create a piece like that?
On average, if I were to start from the morning and letting the intervals of dry for rounds, I would say 3 to 4 hours, sometimes 5, depending on the size of the piece. So
And
that one I would say took me 6 hours because of the simple fact that I had to color each sunflower, like each flower, each petal.
With
I
each
mean.
like individual
Yeah,
dots.
each petal. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And do you like, I don't want to make it sound like you're like a factory and like you're, but like how often like are you making these pieces?
I try to do it on at least on a daily. I would try to do 2 because it's more of a sense of like I have too many visions in my head to not be able to put it out.
I get that. I mean, I don't, but I get it. Yeah. Let's see. Let's
The
see
next
this
vision.
Third. Let's see the next. Ooh, the next vision. Let's see it.
The bag again. I'm distracted. It's so nice.
I think it's so. I love the geometric shapes of it all.
So
I
is
think
that a
that's-
face on the back of that
Yeah.
sweater?
That's actually also another inspiration from Picasso in the collection that I plan on dropping. I am taking a couple of inspirations and commemorating back to them. So that's 2 Picasso pieces that y'all seen. There's 3 more, but that's still in the vault. You know?
Yeah, still in the vault.
We gotta wait to
And
see
when do you
those.
think we might be able to see that?
Yeah. When can
I
we
will
get
try.
something?
I will hopefully try to drop the whole collection by fall, but probably like beginning of August or September, somewhere around there. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned because I want to cop one of those. They're so cool.
Thank
They're
you.
actually so cool. I think what makes it cool is the, what is it called?
Stippling.
Stippling. I'm sure it's an art form and I'm sure it's everywhere. I've actually never seen that kind. So to see it on clothes, it makes it cooler. I feel like
Yeah.
to see someone wear art.
That's actually a very difficult art technique, basically, to master. I wouldn't say that I'm a master at it, but I'm pretty decent at it. And
Decent.
yeah,
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, me too. It's like, I don't know. Nobody ever gives artists enough credit. I feel like, and nobody ever
yeah,
like,
that's very true.
especially like when like they put like so much time and energy into it, and it's just like, well, I don't understand art. Well, don't appreciate it for just 2 seconds. That's all we're asking. So, but that's really cool that you do that.
Thank you. Actually, with the clothes, I'm trying to, how can I say, bring in everything that is like, I would say inspired me since a kid to now, and just putting it all in one. But with the art, I would say like with that, you know, because the clothing is something that is just more for the design, and then the painting on it is what embodies it.
Yeah.
So I would like to just like let the art speak for itself and just like let everything else capture it, you know?
You're right. I like that. Wow, if you make a piece with like since your childhood,
Yeah.
It's like
No,
almost healing your inner child.
that's so
Yeah.
over. I'd be so.
There's a
overwhelmed.
couple of drawings that I do plan on doing either on portraits or on clothes. Just I'll see how it is. But I've been in letting just my emotions go out more. So more of a self-expression. It's not just gonna look like these characters that I've created.
Right. Yeah. I believe there's One more piece?
Yeah, I would love to
Let's
see
see
the
it.
final character.
Would love to see the last piece. Wow.
Love this color.
I do. I like that color a lot. Wow.
That is so sick.
I like.
So what was the inspiration for this character?
That one's actually called Head Full of Steam, as you guys can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more for just a lot of the cramping going along in my head, like a lot of too many ideas, and then just for me to be able to express it, it's too much steam basically. Like it won't come out.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out right.
So it's something like that. Like, what do you do when you experience kind of like a creative block?
I don't think I have I've dealt with a creative block so far. It's
Always
more
creative.
for just the energy to get up and do it.
Ah.
So, so like the other art form is basically like surrealism, and surrealism is just off of your head. Like there's no like premeditated thought or any inspiration. It's just basically just letting like your inner thoughts of just flow.
Yeah,
So-
just like taking action.
Yeah, so so far I haven't reached the creative block. Hopefully I don't, you know, but
Fingers crossed.
it's just spewing out.
Yeah. That's good. That's good that you have a medium to do that. Because I think like so many people just don't have a way to just get it all out,
Yeah,
and
and
get your all
expressing
ideas and
emotion.
just expressing your emotions, and so it does bottle up. And I think one would prefer an artist than a bottle up angst person. So that's really good.
I think what's like so impressive, like I'm very impressed by you, and I think what's so impressive is that within our society, it's very hard for like men specifically
Yeah.
to be vulnerable or to show emotion.
I agree.
And the fact that you even took the initiative to do that through clothing,
Yeah.
that's like, I don't know, I feel like it's like breaking some gender norms. Is that like
Yeah.
on purpose or?
No, they actually are on purpose. As you can tell, like some of the sweaters were like crop top style,
Yeah.
and these are for men, and it's not really just it's just gender neutrality. There shouldn't be no like boundary or anything like that. Like I myself is wearing bell bottoms right now, so I don't think stuff like that should be specifically for women, you know. And what was the other question?
Just like being able to express your emotion through art, like what kind of pulled you towards that?
With the self-expression with the art, you're right about that. It's very difficult to be able to express, especially as a man. Most men can relate where we're basically raised to not be able to show our expression or emotions, and I don't think that should be right, you know, especially where a lot of us do struggle, like from depression, you know, so I'm trying to bring like mental awareness for that, and like some of the clothes that I do is gonna be written with like poems, so it's more of self-reflection, like you're reading it from a first person, is to bring your spirits up, basically.
It's amazing, like actually.
Oh my God, it's so good. Because like, I don't know, I think not just breaking gender norms with just the fact that you're expressing your emotions and you're doing this, but just the straight up fact that you're in fashion. I don't see that enough, and I feel like when men belittle other men because they're doing that, it's just so, you kind of feel like scrutinized in a certain way, and do you think you felt that way in the past in this industry, or is it just like?
I have felt that, you know, it's like I'm kind of bringing in a street type of sense in this, but I really don't want to, you know, but it's like people already do look at me a little bit weird off of the way that my clothes are, you know, like the gendered, breaking the genders. It's like, oh, you're not supposed to be wearing that, or you're not supposed to be looking like that. So, yeah, like people do look at me weird, and I do receive backlash, but it kind of gives me like more of a sense to keep on doing what I'm doing.
More motivation.
That drive.
For sure. Yeah.
That hater drive. Please. I know something about that. But that's awesome. And I'm glad that that's what you're taking away from it. And I think that's important, because most people would just automatically be shut off by it all.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's good. Do you have anything planned? Like,
Yeah, for the future.
For the
Like you're talking
future.
about a lot of future plans. So what can
Yeah.
we expect from you coming in for the
So-
collections?
With this collection that I do plan on dropping, it's 100 one-of-ones. So all of these paintings that I do on clothing, it's not going to be owned by anybody else besides the person that buys it. Some portraits are planning on coming out. I do some rugs, planning on doing rugs to keep at home.
ooh.
Yeah.
Very one of a kind work. Yeah.
It was just recent where my artwork has just been in the exhibit, like for the school.
Yeah.
So I actually do plan on tying everything all together, you know. I would like to write poems as well, like just individual book poems.
Yeah.
Everything that deals with like type of art, I'm trying to master all that. You
That's
know?
good. That's cool.
Yeah, and we are so excited
We're
to see what you
so
have in the
ex-
future.
Yeah, super excited. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for
Thank you
Maliki.
for having me.
Maliki, do you want to come out? Can Maliki come out? Look at that one. That's Maliki. Thank you to Maliki for showing up and for modeling these designs. It was a pleasure having you.
It was a pleasure being here.
having you.
I'm very excited to be here.
Hope to have you back too. Thank you all for watching this recent episode of Girl Talk, and we hope to see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.